Very lucky to have Rob from Death Angel on the line with me right now. Rob, thanks for taking my call.
It is my pleasure. Thank you for having me, Mel.
That's our pleasure, right? Now, I remember very well when Death Angel burst onto the scene. For us, anyway, it was 1987, and we used to play the Ultraviolence album on the metal show that I was doing at the time. Fast forward 2016, a lot of water has gone under the bridge since then. You've got a new album coming out soon. It's called The Evil Divide. Tell us all about this.
Well, first of all, thanks for playing the Ultraviolence back in '87. Much appreciated. We needed the support then, like we do now. The Evil Divide is coming out in less than a week, and we're very excited about this album. It's one of my personal favorites for sure. I'm sure I would say that about every album before it was first coming out, so we'll see. But I definitely love it very much, very proud of it. We're really excited about this record, and we feel it's a really strong record for us. The band is a well-oiled machine right now. We're very tight and we're on fire. So it's just I'm really appreciating where we're at this point in time and trying to just milk every second of it.
Yeah, now in the notes we get before interviews, there's a quote attributed to Mark that says, "An injured animal is a dangerous animal." Now, I mean this in the nicest possible way, but on this album, the band does sound angry.
We're typically angry about things. We're not angry about everything at all times, but we certainly know how to channel the aggression, anger, and frustration, and overall the blues into our music.
Mm. Now, this will be the third album with the same lineup. Now, that's got to make things easier.
It certainly does. It makes things also flow smoothly, and the chemistry, the strength of it. It makes the unity of us playing separate instruments but coming together into one sound a lot stronger. And also, I guess the way we create, we can feed off each other easier because we kind of anticipate where we're coming from and how the other guy plays and everything. So yeah, the longer you stay together, the tighter it's going to get, and I imagine the better the product should come out. And so far, it's going that way.
Mm. It's also the third album in a row that you've used the same producer, Jason. Now, the album sounds really tight. It really sounds like you and him are on the same page. Would that be a fair assessment?
That's absolutely correct. Um, and we were even on the same page the first time we worked together, and it increased massively on the last album. And so it seemed to us that, all right, well, there's no reason why we shouldn't go for a third and make it our absolute goal to outdo what we've done before. And we went into this album with that in mind, and quite confident that we were going to achieve it. And at the same time, we also knew that we didn't want to make the same album again, and we wanted to, although we had the same team and in the same studio, we were going to take it into a whole nother dimension, and we also feel that we achieved that. So it's a really satisfying feeling. We're very, very proud of this album.
Yeah, and so you should be. Who does all the writing? Now, I speak to a lot of bands, and they all have their favourite sort of writing processes, that works for them. I mean, we're all different. Some write in the studio, some write in different cities, even different countries, and swap demos back and forth over the internet. What works for Death Angel?
Yeah, I guess we kind of have our writing system intact, and it just evolves a little bit here and there. But in general, it works by the way of that. I just start writing when it's time to get into that mode and into that zone. Um, I'll write the music, and as far as where does it happen, that can change. That really doesn't matter. It's just as long as I'm feeling it and I'm inspired, and I'm usually going around with some kind of recording equipment and with my guitar wherever I am. So it's happening in my home studio or at our rehearsal studio or on tour, on the bus, a lot of it happens,
Hmm.
or in the dressing room, or wherever I just find the inspiration to start writing. So it happens all over the place. And on this album, it was evenly spread out.
Hmm.
Probably half of it was created on the road, and half of it was created uh, while at home. And yeah, I basically write the music, demo it out, get guitar parts, and then I get that to Will, our drummer, and then he has a listen for a while, gets familiar with the song, and then we meet at the studio together. And I like to just get the organic feeling of just drums and guitar jamming together, having a good time, just having fun with the music and working on arrangements and beats, kick patterns and such, and detailing out the structure till we kind of have a structure of the song that we like. Then we'll demo that and give that to the rest of the guys, so then they can work out their ideas and parts to it, get back to rehearsal again and play it all together, evolve it some more, then make a demo like that, get that to Mark so he can start working on vocals and lyrical ideas. Then Mark will come down to my home studio and we'll record vocals and see what kind of ideas come up, what he's come up with, how we can collaborate. Then we'll take that into the recording studio with Jason finally. And then again, we go through another process of pre-production together. Like he and I will go over it for maybe 3 days before the rest of the band shows up.
Hmm.
And then when everyone starts showing up and we start tracking, even at that point, we're completely open to spontaneous ideas,
Yep.
rearranging, trying out things, and this is really key to coming up with the final product as it happens these days, because leaving that spontaneous openness that
Mm.
and everybody, the thing is everyone being on the same page with that's the thing.
Mm.
In the past we didn't do things that way. We weren't open at all. We'd rehearse things into a certain way and be really stuck with the way that we do it, thinking that's the way we've been rehearsing it, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we would bug out when producers or stuff would try to change our songs, so to
Yeah.
speak. You end up having the wrong attitude. So when you go in open, it really, like, the floodgates are open to a lot of creativity, and that's where a lot of magic happens when everyone's ready and accepting that. All right, try that. It's just like, whoa, okay, all of a sudden. And yeah, that's where some final touches come into play.
Yeah. The whole song can change with just a few subtle changes, can't it? It can just change
A-
everything.
Absolutely, but it's all when everyone knows that it's in the idea of the best final product, the best song that you can come up with, then then it really starts to happen.
Mm.
So yeah, and the same thing is, you got to also learn what idea is worth. You got to learn to keep your mouth shut too. You can't just go on a rampage of spontaneous ideas, because then at some point too, it's like, all right, already, hold on, bro. You know what I mean? It could be this. You could
Yeah.
try that. You could just endlessly try things. So let's make sure what we're trying. Yeah. So there's kind of a strategy to, and again, that doesn't come on the first time doing it together, and that's why by this third album we kind of hit that stride, because it evolved to that.
Mm. Well done. Um, any favourite tracks on the album? I know it's very early in the stage, and some people don't like answering that because they like every track. But do you have any favourites on there?
Well, I'll name the songs that I'm currently working on myself. So
Yep.
we're working out the details of how we're going to play these songs live. So
Yep.
we're doing a lot of rehearsing, and so the focus tracks for me right now are Father of Lies,
Yep.
uh, Let the Pieces Fall,
Mhm.
Cause for Alarm,
Mhm.
It Can't Be This, and the other two favorites of mine, I have to say, are The Moth and
Mhm.
Lost. So a lot of faves on this album.
Mm. Focus tracks. I like those words.
Yeah. Gotta. There's only so much focus you can do at one time, because there's a lot
Yeah.
of material and a lot happening in life. So I try to go in chunks at a time. Like, so we'll focus on this, give it all your focus. Then when all the muscle memory kicks in and like you're playing it naturally and you kind of have it going, then focus on the other thing.
Awesome. I only had the opportunity to listen to this album last night, early morning here now. I like it. I reckon it really flows very well. Vocals sound really good as well. And what you might say the focus tracks for you, I've highlighted here as well. So well done there. Now that album is coming out next week.
Yes, it is.
I read on your website, touring with, was it Slayer and Anthrax? Holy crap, what a show.
Yeah, it's not too shabby. I'd say that would be safe to say that we're coming out of the gate pretty strong for the touring cycle for this album.
Hell yeah. How much are you touring these days?
Well, I mean, these days, meaning like in what I would call the current moment right now, none, because we've just been studioed out working on our album, and now we're in the rehearsals preparing to go out on tour. So this is like the strange part of the cycle where we're not on tour, because we normally are constantly on tour. Right. So if you're talking about these days, like in recent years, we are quite known to tour ridiculously relentlessly. Like, we are touring demons. We're all about touring. So if anything, we're trying to right now we're, I guess, taking a breather from being on the road so much, and which is really nice, because you don't want to burn out on it. And you got to catch up with the other side of life at home. So that's happening now, and we'll kick off with the Slayer Anthrax tour and take it from there.
Well, Rob, thanks for taking my call. New album coming out very soon. It's a monster. Everybody should get on this one. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Thanks for having me. And by the way, our new album is entitled The Evil Divide.
The Evil Divide. Get on it, everybody. Best of luck with that, Rob, and best of luck with all the touring, and don't burn yourself out.
Hey, never do. Well, I get close, but I know how to handle it. We'll see you guys soon.
All right, Rob, have a good one. Thanks for taking the call.
All right, cheers.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
Bye.